Hello there and welcome back to the channel. So today I have another Action Force figure review for you from Valiverse. This time Kerak. I was really excited about this guy because he is a very unique character and he's difficult to get. He is still available on the Big Bad Toy Store last I looked, but he is not going to last. So if you're after him, jump on there and grab him before he's gone. I got him with the Bone Collector, Condor and a few accessory packs. Paid around $35 for him, so I was happy with the price, but then I had him shipped over and that's where I really get stung. You can't get these figures anywhere in Australia that I'm aware of, so unfortunately I've got no choice. Taking a look at the box, nothing we haven't seen before. I do like this open display that Valiverse has, and I will miss that when Classified go to the plasticless. Who knows if Valiverse are going to go down the same path, let's wait and see. And on the side, some nice artwork here. Kerak, Series 1, number 5. And on the back, big bio card here. He is the leader of the garrison, and I have almost everyone in the first series here, with the exception of that version of the Steel Brigade. I do have the Big Bad Toy Store exclusive. I don't have that one, but I'll probably wait because they are doing a re-release or a reissue with an alternate head sculpt, so I think I'll wait for that one, and then I'll have that first series. So let's open him up and take a look. Okay, so here is Kerak out of the box with all his accessories, and already I'm impressed with this figure. It's just a good looking figure. Someone did say to me, or I think I read it somewhere, that he's based loosely off the Denton Van Zandt character portrayed by Matthew McConaughey in the Reign of Fire movie. I haven't seen that for a while, but if you look at that character and you look at Kerak, you can see those resemblances. Although for me, he does resemble more of the Jeff Bridges character from the original Iron Man, with the bald head and the beard. Anyway, let's take a look at the accessories. So Kerak comes with 2 fisted hands. He also comes with 2 gripping hands, 2 trigger finger hands, and then a left cradling hand. He also comes with this very nice Bowie knife. Nice paint applications on that, and it is actually quite sharp. A hand axe. Again, nice paint applications. I really like that bandage on the handle, and then the gunmetal silver across the top, also quite sharp. And then he also comes with his medieval helm. So from how I understand it, the garrison is a faction of, I guess, mercenaries or ex-soldiers that they wear these military style, rather medieval style helms, and this is Kerak's. I'm not actually a huge fan of it, maybe it'll grow on me, but I actually prefer him without the helmet, but that's just because he's got such a nice head sculpt, and I'll get to that in a moment. And then lastly, he comes with a shotgun, and then the holder for the shotgun that just goes into his back. Now, just quickly on this, this is all just one solid piece, all matte black, and I have to say that I was very disappointed when I saw this in some photographs before I bought the figure, because I knew that there was an alternate version that came with Weapons Pack Bravo, and I did actually buy that for this version of the shotgun. So as you can see, they are identical in sculpt. This one, however, has the nice silver and then the brown paint apps. So for me, it's just a nicer piece. It's a shame he didn't come with this. That being said, Weapons Pack Bravo does come with some nice accessories. There are some nice weapons in that pack. So it's not entirely bad, but I do think that he should have come with this default. He also comes with a sidearm, which is actually on the figure in the box. This is another nice piece, nice paint apps on it, and it does actually have the hole there for the chamber. And then last but not least, he comes with the iconic Action Force stand. Really like these stands, very nicely done. You don't need the stands for the figure, but it's nice that they come with them. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the actual figure itself. As I said before, this is really nicely done. The head sculpt is just next level. The detail on the sculpt he's got this really menacing look. The teeth are really well sculpted. The paint apps are really nicely applied. I can't see any of the white going off the teeth or any of the red even for the lips and the gums going anywhere it shouldn't, so top marks there. The eyes are also done very, very well. I think this is the benchmark for these sort of applications. I really wish that some other figures that won't be named should follow suit and really just pay a little bit more attention to detail. And then moving around the rest of the figure, he's got this very, very nice jacket. It does actually come off. I haven't taken it off, but it does come off, and you can see it has like a sheep's wool style to it, like the sculpting. It is a soft piece, but it is quite flexible, as you can see. The zipper is very nicely done, pockets, and on the back he has what I assume is the garrison motif, and it even has this very subtle leathering texture to it, so it does look like a leather jacket, so very nicely done. Underneath he has a sculpted singlet, it's all grey, and then on his wrists he has a band on the left, and then it looks like a watch, a band on the right and a watch on the left. And then the belt, something similar that I've seen with some of the other figures. He has this loose belt. I forget what the name of this is. I know it's for, you know, when a man's down in action, he can be pulled back into a recovery position or pulled back into cover by this, but I don't know what it's called. And that is a separate piece. The belt is sculpted in, nice paint applications on it. And then the holsters for his knife and for his sidearm are also separate pieces. You could take them off, you could actually slide them off if you wanted to. I'm not going to do that. I think it would just be too hard to get them back on, but they are completely loose, separate pieces, so nice to see that. And I'm really liking that they put the attention to detail with the double straps, so that is much more realistic as I understand it, and that certainly doesn't go unnoticed. And then also the sculpting on the holder here, you can see that it's not just plain, it does have some nice sculpting in there. And then likewise for the sheath for the knife, you can see that there's stitching around there, so nice attention to detail. And the rest of the trousers very nicely done. You can see all the creases are molded in. And then the boots, haven't seen these boots yet. I'm sure they will be reused, but I haven't seen them on any of the figures yet. All the laces are sculpted in, and then he has what looks like a toe cap at the front. So very nicely done indeed, very happy. The sculpting and the paint apps on these figures so far are top notch. Okay, so moving on to the articulation. I said in a previous video, just be warned if you do purchase an Action Force figure, because they are stiff when they come out of the box, and although I haven't broken any of mine, I can honestly see that happening if you're a little bit too heavy-handed. I'm used to taking a figure out of the box and straight away putting them into a pose. With these figures, I actually just put them under the hairdryer just for 30 seconds or so, just to loosen them up, and that really helps. This guy wasn't as stiff as some of the others that I've experienced, but he is still quite stiff. In terms of articulation, he does get full rotation at the head. One thing that is ever so slightly disappointing with this figure is he only has the single peg, so he doesn't get any up because there's no peg at the base of the neck, so he doesn't get any up at all, and he gets a little bit of down, but that's it. So mildly disappointing, but not too bad. And in terms of the shoulders, he has a complete butterfly joint, so this one is still a bit stiff, but he does get full rotation at the shoulder. He has bicep swivel, the double jointed elbow, and then he has rotation at the peg for the wrist, and then forwards and backwards. Very stiff, but he does have forwards and backwards as well on the peg. Again, kudos to the Valiverse team for including so many alternate hands. And then at the chest, he does have a split just below the breastbone, so he does get a huge amount of ab crunch. And then that nice circular rotation at the waist, so it has that very natural look to it when you turn him. And then at the leg, he has a cut just at the top of the thigh, so he does get rotation. He also gets all the way up. and then double jointed knee. And then he does have rotation at the boot as well. And then finally he has a cut and a ball joint at the ankle, so he gets full rotation and rocker at the ankle. So the articulation does not disappoint. Just be cautious. Maybe put him under some hot water or a hairdryer just to loosen up those joints. And finally, just for a quick size comparison, he does scale perfectly with the other Valaverse Action Force figures. So here he is with Desert Rat. And then he also scales perfectly with the classified line as well. Here he is with Outback. Okay, so my final thoughts on Kerak. This is a standout figure for me, and I'm really pleased that I managed to get him in my collection. Although I'm just starting out with the Action Force line, I'm very, very pleased that this guy is an addition because he's very sought after. I had a look on Big Bad Toy Store when I recorded the intro to this video a day or two back, and he was still available. I've since checked and he is sold out. So him and Bone Collector, they seem to be very sought after. Hopefully he will have a resurgence on either the Valaverse store, Big Bad, or maybe Entertainment Earth. If not, and you do want him, you might have to face the hurdles of the aftermarket, and I dare say he'll fetch a pretty penny because he's just a very, very cool figure. In terms of the actual figure itself, I have no complaints. The overall look, the aesthetic, the paint applications, the sculpting is just next level. It is super top notch. The articulation is also fantastic. When it comes to the accessories, I am happy with that one exception of the shotgun. I do feel that Valaverse should maybe have given us the painted version, although that was probably an afterthought. And this is a little bit of a personal gripe for me because I was after that and I had to buy the weapons pack. Although it was only about 13 or 14 US dollars, getting it shipped over to Australia cost me a bit. So that one accessory probably cost me about 30 bucks. That being said, the weapons pack Bravo does come with some super cool weapons, so I'm sure I'll make some use out of those. Everything else in the accessories pack is really nice, really well done. I'm not a huge fan of the helm, but that's just a personal thing. I think that the face is just too good. The sculpt is just too good to be hidden. That being said, if and when I get some garrison troopers, I'll probably display Kerak with the helm on so that they all match. Anyway, I certainly hope that you enjoyed this review. Please do consider subscribing and take care.